My friend asked me to sell his organ for him. It's an older one, probably, it might even be 20 years old, I don't know. But I put it in my bus and I brought it down to the beach and I set it up on the beach. I had everything working, or everything apparently working, but it doesn't have speakers built in. It has external speakers. And he provided me with speakers but without the power cord. So I've set it up on the beach. I was planning to put a for sale sign on it and a please play sign on it so people would play it, and maybe I could record some great musicians playing this beach organ. And maybe somebody would come along and buy it, but I'm going to put it on Craigslist, so I had to get it out to photograph it anyway. However, I can't let it play today because the speakers won't work. I'm going to have to get, or he'll have to supply me with a cord to plug in those speakers. But in the meantime, I'm going to put it in the back of the bus and maybe make this a project for another day. So stay tuned for other days and subscribe so you can see what happens when you put an organ on a very busy beach. Actually, the first person that came along said, I think my grandkids would like that piano. Or can it work like a piano? And I said, yeah, it works like a piano or any other instrument. And she said, oh, I think my grandkids would love that. And I said, yeah, I think they would. Then she said, but those grandkids are in Australia. The point is, I just stuck it out on the beach and somebody almost bought it. It made me kind of laugh. The plug that I require is not unusual. It'll be easy to find if I go to a proper store. But I'm going to let my friend try and find it. I had to pack up, of course, and I'm going to try and make that interesting. Almost noon. This took me almost half a day to put it all out, figure it out, try and get it organized, wonder why it's not working, and then contact my friend. A little later in the day, I went shopping. Chili garlic, honey garlic. I don't have to refrigerate those. Sweet and sour. Don't have to refrigerate that one either. I don't think these cooking shows should have to tell you what the ingredients are. Or tell you how to cook meat in a pot. Or to tell you to turn it down a little bit when you put the veggies in. Then, of course, you can add this kind of rice anytime. Now, if you have a lid, you want to put a lid on to store the heat and keep the steam and help the flavors spread. Then you pour carefully measured sauces into your pot, and those sauces could be any sauces you like. And I stir regularly to keep those veggies from burning on the bottom and to spread that sauce all over all the vegetables, but you could just ignore it. It wouldn't really matter. Stay tuned for the secret behind this meal and the recipe. Yeah, that's one of the hardships of solo life. You have to make your own dinner. Sometimes you're like you have to eat it while you watch the sunset. I'm trying to bring my dinner closer to you so you can see it. I don't buy beef a lot, and when I get it I keep reminding myself that it's very chewy, something I don't necessarily want to have too often. Yeah, it's too chewy. I'd rather have chicken, something a lighter meat that's easier to stuff in your face. The sauces are great when you combine them. Sweet and sour by itself is not, it's nice, but it's not powerful enough. Mushrooms are warmed, but not squishy yet. They're basically cooked, but still in a relatively hard state. Orange pepper, haven't tried it. Yeah, just like I like it, warmed up and crunchy. So, I don't suck at cooking. This is good. But you notice I didn't actually do anything on my own. I just bought stuff that tastes good, put it all in one pot, and now I'm eating it. The rice is a nice touch, but it says like 2 servings, and it's not enough for me for 1 serving. Probably the most expensive thing in this plate is probably that damn rice. Because it was, it's basically pre-moistened, it's not dried out. Came to the dog park, and it's kind of amazing. There isn't a whole lot of dogs lined up here. Oh, by the way, the camera's sitting right below my bed on the floor of my bus, and I'm sitting right beside the door in order to create a video. Instead of sitting over there and enjoying the dogs and the sunset. Maybe I'll cut this off here, enjoy the sunset, and maybe I'll be able to take some shots of it with you. So tomorrow I can have a similar meal without the beef. And I think I'll enjoy it more without the beef. I didn't enjoy beef at all this time. I don't think I'm going to buy it anymore. One of my rules, in order to keep myself cooking things like this and not getting behind on washing, I basically rinse this pot right away on the stove before I put it away. And if I can do it with my camera, perhaps we can see that I rinse my plate in a similar way. Well, I hope you don't take my term of the word hardship seriously. I'm trying to tell you a joke, but I think sometimes I have to put canned laughter in here for some people to understand that there are no hardships in van life. I'm going to go down and enjoy that sun, but before I go, I have to give you the recipe for my dinner. There's a secret that about cooking that everybody should know, and that is if you buy stuff you like and you cook it all in a pot and liberally add sauces you like, you're going to love your dinner. The only thing is, next time I'm going to cook it with chicken. Let's go watch the sunset.